Big hair Brianna. Big hair Brianna. Big hair Brianna. You have so much to say, but yeah, you date a man with 8 babies. I treated you right, I made sure you got hugged tight. But instead of accepting me, you decided to hang with some wannabes. When you dream, I know you dream of me and what we can be. Forget that lawnmower man. Cause to be honest, I know he is my #1 fan. And while you talk about slapping G's off my name, just know I be stacking G's like you do calories. You striving to go to school and good for you, but the true test is who you rocking with. Really the best, or just pulling you into a bunch of mess. Big hair Brianna. Big hair Brianna. Big hair Brianna, nah. Big hair Brianna. Big hair Brianna, nah. Big hair Brianna. Big hair Brianna. You have so much to say, but yeah, you date a man with 8 babies. I treated you right, I made sure you got hugged tight. But instead of accepting me, you decided to hang with some wannabes. When you dream, I know you dream of me and what we can be. Forget that lawnmower man. Cause to be honest, I know he is my #1 fan. And while you talk about slapping G's off my name, just know I be stacking G's like you do calories. You striving to go to school and good for you, but the true test is who you rocking with. Really the best, or just pulling you into a bunch of mess. Big hair Brianna. Big hair Brianna. Big hair Brianna, nah. Big hair Brianna. Big hair Brianna, nah. Big hair Brianna. Big hair Brianna. You have so much to say, but yet you date a man with 8 babies. I treated you right, I made sure you got hugged tight. But instead of accepting me, you decided to hang with some wannabes. When you dream, I know you dream of me and what we can be. Forget that lawnmower man. Cause to be honest, I know he is my #1 fan. And while you talk about slapping G's off my name, just know I be stacking G's like you do calories. Yeah, calories. Big hair Brianna. Big hair Brianna. Calories. Big hair Brianna. Big hair Brianna. Big calories. Big hair Brianna. Big hair Brianna. Big calories. Big hair Brianna. Big hair Brianna. Big hair Brianna.
Hold on, y'all. I'm talking and talking and talking and talking. I'm not even on the stage. What's going on, y'all? What's up, the Taz? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. What's up with Tanya Jones? How you doing? Good to see you. What's up, Philly T? Thank you for being here as well. Appreciate y'all. What's up, Auntie Donna, baby? Auntie Donna, baby. How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here as well. Listen, I just want to come live real quick because things change from day to day. And I wanted to get my commentary on what I was seeing. Because people be lying. People are lying. People are not making no sense. So those who are here, most of y'all in my platinum chat, I know some of y'all gave the platinum chat for December, but I'm thinking of sending it back because you know you guys wanted to do that gesture for the holidays. So I ain't gonna try to be all in your pocket. So of those that did send, let me know. Well, I'm gonna send it back. If you don't, let me know, okay? Because you know I know how that is. I'm trying to be considerate of people pockets during the holidays. Now the reason why we started the broadcast with Big Hair Brianna, because Big Hair Brianna, based on what I was, well, you know, I was privy to, based on what somebody sent me, or she had the nerve to sit up there and talk about my hairline. I'm like, girl, do you remember back in the day when they said you was a baby? When they said you was a baby on the YouTube streets that you came up here with your hair looking like Bert and Ernie? Came up here looking like Bert and Ernie. And you got a nerve to talk about somebody's hair? Are you okay? Did you not forget what's that lady? Vonnie Vaughn said up there, told you that a young lady does not come on or go out the house or on camera looking like that. You wouldn't even comb your hair. So you got the nerve to sit there talking about hairline. Word on the street is your man trying to be Lemon 2.0 because he running around here with alopecia and male pattern baldness and with a do rag on too. So you need to be running. You need to be careful what you say. Shit, your ass might break out and have a bald spot when you wake up. Talking about somebody hairline, girl, get up out of here. You got shit, girl. I know a hairline. You, I was. Anyway, let me stop. But they said I went too far. Anyway, what's up, Black Pearl? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. What's up, Lawanda Dix? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. All right, let's jump into it real quick. StreamYard, boy, I told you StreamYard out here trying to give deals left, right, front, and center. I could not even get on this damn broadcast. But see, StreamYard done messed up. I don't know who doing StreamYard business planning and marketing and strategic pricing, but it's all messed up. I told you long before, we don't give a damn about them enhancements y'all doing. To be honest, when y'all raise the price on us, we don't even want to deal with y'all. They don't even understand their consumer base. I don't feel they understand. And somebody told me that StreamYard, the original StreamYard, when they first started, they sold. So whoever they sold to is now trying to incorporate all this stuff. And I understand like they're trying to make this be like the go-to for social media influencers of high magnitude. But social media influencers of high magnitude don't need all that stuff they doing. Like all that stuff they doing is like if you work for CNBC or whatever. So now they're trying to hit you with a deal, where you can only get like eight. Well, let me tell you something. I had to take the deal. I had to take the deal because I remember when Jay Dunn came out here and she said she stayed in her deal. I was like, how the hell she stayed in her deal? What's up, Miss Magnificent? How you doing? Long time no see. So I had this. I said, you know what? I had to bite the bullet because that $50 when that $50 come and they put you in the chokehold to pay it. I was like, you know what? Let me just do this right now and just they be thankful in a year that I did it. So yeah, but StreamYard messing up because they're seeing like people ain't gonna be really paying and all that, especially when we get into these economic times, these tough economic times. So let's get into that. Real world news. Listen, 50 Cent versus Diddy. I didn't see the Netflix thing. We gonna get into Netflix in a minute, but I didn't see the Netflix situation. But I'm like, see that what what 50 Cent is doing is gonna cause people to dig up dirt on him and put together a documentary. And even if he ain't got no dirt right now, because I think he do got a lot of dirt really on based on how he did G Unit, Young Buck, and Lloyd Bank and all that. So if people could be equally a messy, but like I said, I don't know the ins and outs of that situation. So, but I only can see the peripheral. So if Diddy comes back and gets his weight up in a couple of years, expect a expose all on 50 Cent because that's the pettiest of the pettiest. So I'm sure 50 Cent got some dirt on him. And I'm sure Diddy gonna be patiently waiting in the wings till something come out on him. So, you know, I just that trolling thing goes a little bit too far sometimes. And I like I said, I didn't see it, but what I saw, okay. So we'll see. But it's a shame. Well, white people do it too. It just gets magnified when black people do it. But I feel white people they just do it more clandestinely. They'll go and buy your business and then tear it down to make you cry. So it's just interesting. So yes, the tag she said 50 is petty. Yes, he is. Miss Magnificent says that 50 Cent better be careful. I agree. I agree. I really do. People think they untouchable, but I don't know. I mean, I ain't trying to insinuate nothing, but people think they untouchable. I'm like 50 Cent, you take shit a little bit too far. And then the lady asked him, I think it was a Gail King, because he did an interview when it's about to come out. He's like, oh, he made it seem as if he was paying for me to shop. That's it? That's it? Hmm. What's up, Cosmic Girl? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. All right. What's the other thing we'll talk about? Now, Tamar and Funky Dineva. Okay, I heard that Tamar said she gonna put papers on him, but then I heard Funky Dineva. So who was I listening to? Oh, I think that might have been ODS. They said that Funky Dineva had not prostate cancer. It was some other cancer. I forget which one. It was one of those cancer. I forget. Maybe a prostate. No, it wasn't prostate. It was another one. He had a cancer. I think the one that took out the guy that did Black Panther, but he caught it at stage 1. So yeah, so that's going on. What's the other thing I want to talk about? Oh, this economy. I ain't really talk about stuff that much. Let me just tell you something. Next week is they gonna cut the interest rate, right? But if that man sits up there and says something that's very, they call it hawkish. When you hear the word hawkish, that means negative. When you hear bearish, when you hear dovish, that means positive. So if Jerome Powell comes out here and says something very hawkish, what's up, Dr. Soapy? How you doing? Good to see you. Says something very hawkish, that's still gonna kind of mute the cut in the interest rate, right? So I'm like, I'm not too sold on the stock market right now. I feel things are being pump up, pump down, pump up, pump down. I just don't. A lot of things are being manipulated right now. It was prostate. Oh, child, it was prostate. Oh, wow. Well, I'm glad he caught it in time. Um, so it's pump up, pump down. I just don't feel there's any genuineness in this. Well, I heard that he caught it in time. It was stage one, so it was stage one, and he caught it in time, and he gonna be okay. But they're referring to Funky Naniva saying that he has prostate cancer or was diagnosed with prostate cancer. But thank you. Um, I just don't feel. I feel like, and then they're going to use this interest rate cut to prop up the market. But still, job losses are mounting. The government still ain't addressing that situation. So it's a lot of things on the horizon, you know. And we shall see 2026. They said, oh, 2026 is going to be a great year. I know it's not. I don't think 2026 is going to be a great year for the job front. I don't think a lot of people shopping like they occasionally or normally do this holiday season. These people in these big tech jobs losing their jobs get replaced with AI, but ain't nobody really saying nothing. Something to me in my in my core don't feel right. Don't feel right. It don't. So like I said, Wall Street. I feel Wall Street's going to prop up so they can benefit, right? Cut the interest rate, you're gonna see that go up. But then there's gonna be a reality of the moment. Something's gonna crack. And they got this whole thing called private, what is it called? The private equity market, where that stuff is not public. And somebody gonna wind up going bankrupt who got a big ass loan and can't pay it back. And then it's gonna leak its way over to the public market. And we're gonna see something crack. So Dr. Something says, I will give my mental channel to SK to share with specifics. I'm leaving at the what? I will give my mental channel to SK to share with specifics. Okay, I'm leaving at the end of the month. Tired of this trash. I feel you, Dr. Soapy, and you kind of saying something that I haven't said. What's up, JLC87 Productions? I've kind of been disconnected from this area a little bit. I stay abreast because that's my responsibility as a content creator, but I've been disconnected because I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it. And I can feel what you going through, Dr. Soapy. I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it at all. I just not. It's like it's like sometimes like this shit again. Like sometimes like to myself this shit again. You know? So yeah. So just going circling back to the real world, just prepare because they try. And then on the other front, listen, y'all. Bitcoin is now at last time I checked $90,000. So I feel purpose. This is what I feel. They're gonna try to crash the market so they can get everything on the cheap. Use crypto and gold and all that to reset the financial market and go from there. Because I told you when you do interest rate cut, they are printing more money, which devalues the dollar. So if you're going to stay an economic world power, what do you have to do? You either have to reset the global economic system or find a commodity or something like that that is in high demand. And right now, that's gold, silver, and you can say crypto, Bitcoin. But so that's my 2 cents. I'm just a financial observer, you know. So there. All right. You know what, Dr. Sophie, that's a very good point. And that is so bothersome to me. And that's what a majority of my commentary gonna be about tonight is the lack of truthfulness. And Dr. Sophie, everybody lies. It's like they're normalizing the act of lying. And when did that become okay? I'm running the play. I'm running the play. Oh, I was just kidding. I got 3 birthdays. I lost my job. You know it's a play. Like, what? Like, when that, when you can't take a man for what he says, then he loses all truthfulness of his existence. And that's some deep shit to me because if Dr. Soapy says, and I know this is an extreme example, but I have to speak on the extreme example. If Dr. Soapy says, I was born from an alien from the planet Mars, okay, and we're having an honest conversation, to some degree, I should be able to believe that based on the notion that when he speaks, he's telling the truth. Not by the automatic fact that, oh, he lying. Like, it's crazy that you have to sit around here and not believe people for their truth. Because when they do come with a situation, then all of a sudden, like, okay, let me give you a better example. Brian goes and tells people that he's going to Seattle. People gives to him to go to Seattle. He knows he's not going to Seattle, but sees it as a way to take people's money. What? And then we just normalize that, oh, that's what people do. It's a play, people scam. But yet, when he come back out here and has a medical emergency, what are we supposed to do? Normally, we would jump up in support, but because people lie so much, we got to second guess and decipher the details and look in the background and listen to the background noise to see if it's true. Dr. Sophie says, it saddens me that this is the result. Been here since 2016. It's the holidays. I know it's the holidays, but I'm like, damn, like just be honest. Just be honest and say, hey, it's the holidays. I would like to have a joyful holiday if you have it within your. I mean, that's when people become numb and that's when people become cold, right? And that's what's gonna happen. People gonna have a real serious situation on here and people not gonna give a damn. Because they come out every 15 days with some sad story. Crazy. Dr. Subby says no one gives backs to the subs, hands out. But you know, Dr. Subby, what's the crazy part is when these content creators put their donors, or you say in a headlock on live broadcast. Talking about give me this. If you want this person, just send me 20 more dollars. I'm like, what? They just sent you 10. 10. And now you tell her, give me 20 more. What? That's what I was like, That's when I started saying, listen, if these people decide up to close up shop, close up their wallet, and close their pocket, I can understand because these motherfuckers just getting bold with it. Give me. You know, crazy. Crazy. No, it never was like this. The whole drop game. Oh, buy, see, like, give me $20 if you want that person gone. Oh no, you gotta be gone for nothing. Give me that. And I'm just like, all right, y'all ruining y'all own entertainment. But I guess if y'all need it, y'all, I don't know. It's just that never sat right with me. Because then on top of that, the person that you dropped, you ain't giving none. I ain't really hear nobody say, okay, we'll give you get 10% of whatever I got. You got dropped for. You know, oh, it's greed and nothing to necessitate that greed, nothing to warrant that greed. Right? They're not coming with no groundbreaking stuff. I don't know. It's just greed is what's gonna kill the sector. That's what it is. The scamming, the Jay Wilson taking $500 from a competition in the most festive time of the year. He should be giving the shit back. Then on the nerd, gonna throw it in y'all face. Oh, I'm gonna go shopping. Never before have we seen Jay Wilson go shop. I feel personally, he need that money to get the homecoming. Okay, notice the timing. Then he go and take a trip down to see his family in Florida. I could give Jay Wilson the benefit of the doubt if he did that annually, if that was something that he normally did. But it seemed like there was a major influx in his purchasing behavior when that was like announced. And people ain't stupid. People not stupid. I mean, whatever. If you want to scam the people, go ahead and scam the people. But at the end of the day, that's on you. That's on you. All right, so let me get in this commentary real quick because there's a lot of stuff that's been said. First, let's start with Rick Reed, aka Bug. Now that shit about Bug and why he was named Bug because his stepdaddy called him Bug because he always bugging people. I was like, oh my god. I was like, damn, your own stepdaddy, daddy don't like you. I was like, what? Because he was always asking questions and bugging. I was like, very interesting. So Rick Reed comes out a couple of days and says, oh, that he struck um, Lemon backup page again. I was like, okay. I was like, wow. I was like, so he did it and he struck him again. I guess he said he was just waiting for the words to come through or for the people to hit the panel, and he did it. I said, huh, okay. Then he goes on to say that he and Lemons were on, I guess, Instagram talking all the time, and he said that Ty was the sponsor of the show. I was like, I'm like, really? I'm like, wait a minute. Let's pump the brakes up a little bit, right? So you held on all that information, Rick, for all that time, going after him prior, and now you just spilling that tea. But yet, Rick Reed, throughout the broadcast, lets us know a troll is someone who lies and spin narratives and stuff to make you think they do stuff that they didn't do and all that. So I'm like, so are you sitting up and saying that what you're saying is not true? Because now you sit up here saying, oh, Ty is the one that's a sponsor. So with all that said, then Ty's a liar. Because the reason why I said Ty's a liar or a schemer or a scammer, allegedly, is because Lemon was supposed to get $7,000. Right? Lemon was supposed to get $7,000, but what happened? The $7,000 didn't happen. So what's going on here? Are we playing with people's names and stuff? You know? Dr. Silver says, so just because he admits what he's going to do makes it okay. Oh, no. Oh, not at all. Not at all. Something else is going on there. And Dr. Stobie, let's take it one step further. Is maybe Rick Reed trying to sit up here and get some payola to stop striking pages? Just think about it. He may be doing this to get some money from them or interject himself into the activities, especially if he's not involved directly. Mm. I'll just think about it. I said, he may be doing all this just to get a role on the show, be the villain, the true villain, right? Because what was the issue with the show before? There was one major issue with the show before that this show right now don't have. Well, I ain't gonna say show, but these characters don't have. What's up, Sharona B? How you doing? There was one major issue. What's up, Black Strawberry Apple? How you doing? Pinky said that was a lie. Yeah, I understand, but I'm breaking it down. So, and I know, Pinky, that excuse me, it's a lie because the timeline don't match up. And we know Rick Reed's virtual DNA. Rick Reed's virtual DNA does not line up with holding something so near and dear for someone that he has no regard for, like Lemon. So when he said that, it's like that makes no sense. But the main component as to why the original show failed to get off the ground was because of the age demographic. The character was too old to get them on television. So I feel that this was a revamp to some degree. Now, I don't think it really involves Ty. I really don't. But I know who it really involves is talent. Talent is doing something. And let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you why. Sassy is so quick to disassociate herself from some bullshit. Trust and believe. She was in Avatar Nation. When the oven got hot, she was the first one to kick open the oven door and flee. Okay? All right? But she's staying around. And she's staying around because she hopes that either she could get her a little part or she can maintain her relationship or whatever she got with talent. Right? Because talent, if you know talent was so guarded about his identity and who he was and what he did and what he about, what he looked like, what it sounded like, all that stuff. But now he ain't giving a damn about that. To the point that he went and met with Ness and Lemon in person, knowing how like questionable they could be. And they know y'all both know y'all some questionable mofos. Meaning that y'all do things without that may compromise y'all moral integrity for the value of the moment. So he's and trust and believe. Ta- Talent is super guarded. So you go and meet these people for the sake of what? Like what? What? So that tells me that I feel he's got something going on. Now I was thinking that everything. Now Rick Reed did have some good points though. He said, "Why is everything taking place in Vegas?" And that's a very. Now I understand the thing with Seattle, but I don't even call that like that was just strange to me that talent went out to Seattle. Like I don't know, but maybe Ness was calling the shots and he had to dictate. He had to go along with her plans, and maybe Ness couldn't get off of work. Who knows? Who knows? But everything's in Vegas. Vegas, 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 Vegas. They don't go. They don't never. Well with this era of the show, they didn't go to Atlanta. They haven't gone to DC. Where else they could have gone? They didn't go to Detroit. They haven't even gone to Cali. So it makes me think that tie connection is there. But get this, maybe Sean Bradley has been kicked to the curb a little bit. And let me tell you why. As we know, I'm not doxing. We all know this. Sean put this out there. I'll put this out here. Ty lives in Las Vegas. So if talent was more useful to Ty than Sean, then talent would be the one that would be able to get Ty's attention, and maybe they could work a connection or a business deal together. Because let's be honest, Sean Bradley really ain't either involuntarily or voluntarily has severed his connection with these people. Now he's still there around meddling, but I feel that maybe, and also you gotta understand if talent say who he is, it may be more attractive for Ty to work with someone who has more to leverage. You get what I'm saying? Read in between the lines. So because talent has been more. You got to understand talent. When talent was around years and years ago, he would intentionally drop bombs and leave the situation. When now he seems more intent to stand around the bullshit that he's created and manufactured, and not even putting it into motion. So there's a lot going on. Also, look at Sassy how she moving. She's staying in the bullshit, which is the antithesis of her virtual DNA. Right? Now, let's get to Lemon. Excuse me. Now I'm about to spill some backhand information that maybe Avatar Nation kind of knows, but they really don't know. Because these have been my own introspective thoughts. When Lemon was with me, there was a major push to get Lemon to separate from me. And I just thought it was just a divisive nature of this area, right? People see a good thing and they just want to tear it apart. But there were some other people who had connections to the industry that were pushing for that separation too. Not saying they're involved in this. But it makes sense now that I'm connecting the dots and I see that time will reveal everything if you're patient enough. Now that I'm seeing it, now I also have to tell you what Lemon had a definite interest in trying to be a reality TV star. That's no secret either. That's what he tried out and he failed, whatever. But like I said, there were people in the industry who were definitely trying to sever what was here. And like I said, I just thought it was a divisive force. Now that I look upon it, Lemon is the perfect person to have kind of in a show. Now that does not no claim to him saying he's talented, because I'm not saying he's talented, but he's the perfect person, meaning gullible, meaning got nothing really to lose, meaning don't give a damn about what happened, meaning has the platform to garner exposure. So when you got somebody who don't give a damn, and Lemon's got various vices that are perfect for the entertainment industry. The allure of money, the quest for popularity, the vice of alcohol, and for the ability to have multiple personalities. Okay. And the five, don't give a damn about nobody or nothing. So that is what will make a perfect project, right? Right? Because all that has happened to him, he ain't pulled back. He don't have a professional career, so that's not something that people could threaten. He's not he ain't a parent, so that's not nothing they could threaten him with. Um, he ain't trying to run for no political office. He ain't no athlete. So I mean, there's nothing to really hold over his head to stop him from doing what he's doing or can done. Right? You said charisma, wits, guts, tenacity. Yeah, he ain't got none of that. Oh, so that is why he keeps saying he's an actor. I guess. That's why he keeps saying he's an actor, right? But I feel you acting the wrong way because you're creating a lot of enemies. So that's why I say. And then when I heard that, oh, Talent and Sassy are going to try to get his page back, I'm like, what the fuck? How in the hell are you going to try to get his page back? Who and what are you going to show YouTube that's a page they want on their platform? I can understand he got caught up in an accidental sweep and he was talking about trees and nature. But you can't even show them a 5 minute clip of a Lemon Live that will compel them to hit reverse on that damn thing. Like, I mean, I mean, what? I mean, what you gonna cut them on? You better be. I don't even think YouTube cares about no big fat check. They're not gonna even allow that. Like, when I heard that, I was like, how? You gonna talk to the YouTube Autobot in the back? who who gonna really, and then they gonna review it and like what? Like I'm just that sorry, that's a lost cause. Y'all should have got Billie Jean and paid her and had y'all had her on a payroll to download all them damn lives in case you needed her to edit them in the future. I don't know. Mm. Oh, Dr. Sobe, I know it's a group of people after him. You could just tell. I mean, you could just tell. That's why I said, be careful how you. But there are some other people, I guess, that's propping him up and want him to be used for this project. I mean, let's talk about Ness going back over to what Lemon. So, and I just that come on now that is a play. That is a play. I think Ness has gotten orders to pipe down and get with the program. That's what I honestly feel because something's going on. Now, did I give all my commentary I wanted to give about that part of it? I think so. But this is what they not taking into account. I don't know nothing. I ain't heard nothing. This is just my observations. My observations. Lemon. And I was conversing with somebody today. Y'all already had a Vegascation, and the sentiments of that Vegascation, a lot of that was positive. It wasn't really nobody trying to roll up on anybody. I think the only negative thing what we were seeing was Wiley, right? Wiley, right? That was about it. Nobody went like, ooh, oh, Shaquille beat up Lemon, Lemon beat up. No, everything was on the positive tip. The most they were talking about was how people was looking funky. And Lolo looking like a what's it called? A T-Rex, and then people eating out of each other's plate. That was it. I mean, everything was mostly festive. I don't think there was no bad talk. To be honest, there was no bad talk. But now let's get back to where we are current day. The same state of emotional balance ain't the same. Ain't the same. And if I was ghetto intellect, ghetto, we see right through you. I know we switching it, but ghetto intellect, we see right through you, homeboy. Let me put my banner up. The reason why you like Lemon so much is because Lemon is a younger you. You got some sugar, okay, some Splenda in your tank. And you remember how it used to be back in the day when you were your Lemon's age. Because those dance moves are like that of a twirler. Some one of them dance groups as the HBCU that because you're just doing too much. You're doing too much, ghetto. You showing your slip. And I said ghetto. The way he reacted is one of those guys who are who they are, but when it gets identified that who they like and who they've been hanging around is of the community, they want to immediately distance themselves and show that they're not to the point they wind up having all arrows pointed at them. And that is your behavior. That is your behavior. And like I was saying the way that man was dancing, there wasn't no hood moves. If you a gangster and a gangster rocker to the beat, you rock your shoulders left and right. He was up there twirling them hips, percolating, popping his chest I would never do that thing where they show they eating. What's this thing these kids are doing where they eating like they got a little spoon with their mouth open. I hate that shit. No man should ever be doing that. No man should ever be doing that, especially someone as old as you. I mean, unless you're a Chippendale. But I'm like, come on, man. I see right through you. And then we all see right through you, actually. But do your over explanification of stuff. It's just chill, ghetto. Just relax. You just so scared of people finding out who you are, and nobody really gives a damn. If you want to hold hands with another man and walk down the street, it's okay. Nobody's gonna beat you up. You too old. Nobody's gonna get a senior citizen battery charge on your old ass because you want to walk down the street hand in hand with another man. Live your fucking life, bro. Lemon is living his. I mean, right now it's just say Lemon is your mentor. Lemon is your guide. It seems like you living vicariously through Lemon. I thought I would never say that, but it does. I mean, if you think about it, you're just like, oh, Lemon this, Lemon that, Lemon that got you, bro. And it seems like you are living through Lemon. I'm just saying, but it's okay. Ghetto, be you, man. Go to Pride or something. That's what challenge for 2026. You know how people have New Year resolutions. Ghetto, your New Year resolution for 2026 is to go to Pride and walk hand in hand with your gay friend that you had. Okay, just be you, cause you wearing women as beards is not cool either, and that's not fair to the person that's believing that you. Well, they probably know the truth. Child, people know stuff. They just using you for a secondary motive. But anyway, ghetto, just stop. Just stop. I just see you and I'm like, and then somebody gave me the 411 on you today. And I was like, that makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. I was like, oh, it makes total sense. Just be you, ghetto. And you can't listen, we as men ain't supposed to dance like that. We as men not supposed to dance. Diddy don't even dance like that, the way you was doing that. Okay? Okay? Like you think you were the co-owner of a dance troupe or something. You would think I was like, and then you had the nerve to stop because you was panting so hard and go back at it again. I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh. And like I said, it wasn't no hood moves that he was doing. He was doing the 2025 Magic Mike moves like he's a chip in there. I was like, oh, anyway. Anyway, move right along. I ain't say that. I ain't say nothing about ghetto is gay. I'm just saying he got some splendor over there. That's all I'm saying. He got some splendor. Okay? Got some splendor. Mm. Um, Let me see what y'all saying. Adrian says many people walking around thinking they are alive, but they are also a lot of spiritually dead people around here. I agree. Daughters of my friend was shot to death in his house last Saturday because my friends asked him to leave. What? Oh, your friend asked. Wait, my friend because my friends asked. Wait, they asked him to leave his own house in his house last Saturday because my friends asked him to leave. Mm. My condolences. My condolences. Life is very precious. Life is very precious, y'all. Y'all, every day is a gift. You know what I'm saying? Just so you gotta live each and every day. No, no, for real, for real. Oh, that's why we trying to tell ghetto. Life is precious. You out here, you know, trying to fake the funk and not live your life. Like I say, walk hand in hand with your man. And be happy for once. Move right along. What's the other? Okay, so what else said? What's up about Lemon? Be a part of the show. Um, Oh, this is the last part I want to stress. Limit. I don't think that you should go to no kind of limitation. I don't, and I'm not hating. I ain't trying to put a kibosh to no plan that you have. I ain't trying to do nothing. But unless you got a security team that's full of U.S. former Marines, you don't need to do that because I'm gonna tell you why. You like I said, it's crazy how it was night and day where people were rooting for this Vegas situation, and there was really no conversation or any negativity or nothing like that. I think the only thing that was probably going to happen was Pills and Malik, but that's it, right? But man, how times have changed. And just this man, it ain't been a year yet. From then and now, you've amassed so many enemies. I don't, boy, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. You can't trust no fucking body. Because you just saw that with Rick Reed, and that was a virtual annihilation. Now, I'm just gonna tell you, it's gonna be a prize for that do rag. If I was you, I would wear a football helmet wherever you go. I'm looking out for you because it's gonna be a prize for that do rag. I'm telling you right damn now. So your mouth has created. Yeah, you got people pumping you up. Yeah, you got people sending you money. Yeah, you got people probably financing this whole trip because they gonna get something out of it in the end, even if it's to your demise. But if I was you, I would reconsider not going. I would reconsider who's setting up your plans. I would reconsider who know who. I would reconsider every damn thing. Shit. Because you done talk so much shit to so many people in so many different areas. See, that's the problem. If you kept it straight to the B sector, I wouldn't really be that worried because we not that nefarious. We messy. We messy. But we not nefarious. And then I heard you fucking with people in a uh like I don't know, I ain't gonna say they group name, but they specialized in pulling up and shit, and you messing with them, and I'm like, what is wrong with you? But maybe you won't. Maybe you don't want peace. I don't know. Adrian says never. I'm gonna say taking my precious time to meet up with a person too who that we don't see it for each other is well, you gotta understand, Adrian, it's people in the background who's pulling these strings. And then let's get back to that situation. So then we hear the older sponsor was some lady overseas, right? Like, and then time met Ness in the hotel lobby because she had no money. I'm like, nah, that don't even sound right. That don't even sound right. No, so just y'all, just be careful what y'all believe in these streets because they were like the lady was overseas and go pay for Lolo to go to Tokyo. I'm like, okay, yeah. Them and kind of slow child. Now, if it's content y'all want SECs, go get on time. Listen, our job is to talk about what is presented on the YouTube streets. So we kind of gonna be doing the audience a disservice if we don't. And this internet game is all about relevancy. So you stay relevant by talking about what people are talking about, but giving your perspective and your spin on it. And I just honestly feel like this is not gonna be. But let's just be honest. Nothing is safe for Lemon. Lemon has done fucked himself up. Like I told you, the only way Lemon could come back from this is going on a sabbatical in Zimbabwe and not going live for 2 years and reinvent himself because he done pissed off so many people. Like it's just crazy. So that's what I said. I don't know if he should go to indication because the reason why he can't go to indication is because he's not gonna be protected, and that's the problem. Like you think those sitting close to him are gonna really, if there's an amount for that do rag, not gonna take the do rag? Don't you think that people gonna get retribution? Limit, I'm putting stuff out here that you need to think about that you ain't thinking about. Don't you think because what you did to Shaquille, people gonna be trying to get your shit? Did you think about that? Like you ain't gonna be able to put nothing down because of what you did. Because you forced that boy out of the closet or to divulge something he was not ready to do so. So you think that there ain't people who are upset about that themselves about the fact, but you running around here with grinder and shit on your phone and you deny it at every stop of the like. I hope you listen. You need to sit up there and get a damn uh phone safety strap. And what I mean by phone safety strap is it's a strap that you put your phone down, it's still attached to your wrist, so you don't never it never get put down, never snaps. Like, Lemon, you probably gonna have to finance this thing yourself. You probably gonna have to get your own because if you rely on anybody to book your room, they gonna have access to your room because they paying for it. Like, Lemon, this is not a smart. Like, I don't like you. In a way, you got what you wanted, but in the other end, you created something that you never thought was creatable, which is a destructive force that's waiting to take your ass out. And then you putting yourself in other people's land. You don't know the land of Vegas. Mm, I don't know. And wigs on wigs heads in the closet. I don't want to fuss with someone's psyche. No, I agree. I agree. I just think like, mm, remember it was the do rag that started the conflict between him and Shaquille in the first place. Why was that, Philly T? Was he trying to grab it or something? I forget. Like you and he ain't going to get no sleep. Lemon, you don't need to be rooming nobody. You need to get a singular room because if somebody pay your roommate $1,000, guess what? Like your privacy is gone. Mm, mm, okay. He said Shaquille was going to be paid to. Mm. He said I thought him being a CC that most of the beats that do commentary was his job that pays him. Who does double lives with no decent pay here on YouTube and the beats? Jay Wilson. Mm, I don't know. I told you what my theory was. I think Lemon, something happened to Lemon where he had to step away, and he either got beat up or something real bad, and then messed up his eye, his teeth, and all that. That's what I'm saying. That's what I feel. So, mm. But if he times it out right, he can make decent money. But like Rick Reed said, you got to worry about the taxes, and he's not smart enough to do that, and he's gonna wind up with something. How come spoken word says how come he didn't act like this when he was over here? Okay, so there's two things. I feel he was a totally different person than he is now. There's something that happened. I personally feel that he was in his battle of good and evil when he was over here, but when he left, evil won out. Right? Something transpired, something life event happened to his ass. Because I just feel Looking at the timeline, when he left, how he left, then he started poking his head around, which was like, what the fuck? And then he was still gone for a little bit, and then he started emerging. He still started popping up. So I just feel like he okay. So let's just say he knew what would fly and what wouldn't fly. So what I guess he knew what he doing now. He had tidbits of it here. He had tidbits of it here, and that's what some people in the audience like. But I never would let him go off the leash because I told you every time I let him go off the leash, what I will wake up to coming back to my videos being yellow. And the back in the day, it took a while, like sometimes 3 days to a week for YouTube to come through and clear that video. Especially if it picked up on trigger words or was flagged. So that's lost revenue for letting somebody just go off. So that's why I had to um not let that happen too much because of the YouTube guidelines. But I thought he had what y'all seeing in him. He always had it, but it was maybe tempered down. That's the best I could answer that question for you. So yeah, he says he's totally different back then. But he's different because he could do whatever he wants to do now. No, I agree. I agree. I mean, it's scary to know that, your livelihood or the ability to take care of yourself is going to be gone because of a flag party or something somebody did. Like somebody said, hopefully he's saving his money, or whatever, so that when a rainy day comes, he can do it. He could, you know, take care of it. What's up, Michelle's doing? How you doing? I hope Michelle's doing well. So yeah, so that's I mean, there's a lot to uncover and there's a lot to be revealed. I mean, that December 15th date. Who knows? Yeah, who knows? But Dr. Somebody may not want him gone if they see that he could be a cash cow for an offline project that they're doing or currently working on and they need characters. I think they are I think they rather work with the young and naive than the old and seasoned, right? Because the old and seasoned would be immediately applying things that they expected. The old and the new and naive or young and naive, they're like, oh, they could play them a little bit more. Than you could do some irritable folks. So, and I think they're amassing a crew to do this. I honestly feel that way. I really do. What did I? Yeah, I feel like look at Shaquille. Shaquille had to revamp his image. He came in as a what? A liar, aka they now classify it as a troll. So all that stuff he was doing, oh, he got signed to Cardi B. No, that wasn't gonna fly over here if you wanted airtime. Then all of a sudden, he got all these people promoting him and all this stuff. So I feel like they told him that he needs to revamp his image. Don't come over here with all that lying, blatant lying, talking about you gonna be at the BET Awards. We don't like that shit. Like over here, we don't like that, and that will immediately get your ass canceled. You know, it will. So that's why I think he's gotten a second chance. So, mm. And let's look at the introduction of this white guy. Hello, hello. Diversification is key, even if it's in reverse. An all black show ain't gonna really go too far or penetrate too many other demographics. But if you have a white guy who looks white, acts white, then you're gonna penetrate that market that, would not have been there if you did not have him there. You know? So look at the different flavor of people being introduced so it can have a broad appeal to many different audiences. So that's what I see. Where the hell he come from? You know what I mean? Like what? Like okay, but I see that if that's gonna be part of the allure of the show. But then again, who knows? Who knows? Let me see what you said. Okay. I'm gonna drop my link in case anybody wants to come up. If you've been thoroughly entertained, feel free to send a gesture to $ Sir King Crown. Yeah. Other than that, that's all I really know. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Did y'all know that there was a story about the Tesla? This kid was allowing his 18-year-old to drive a Tesla truck or something like that. The Tesla saw that an oncoming emergency vehicle was coming and it pulled off to the side of the road. I'm like, see, They doing too much now. They doing too much. What happens if you don't want it to pull off to the side of the road where it pulls off the side of the road? You know what I mean? So, but I just thought that was a little bit fascinating and stuff like that. So, PA, maybe getting called in to bring crossover. PA. What's up, Shirley Ford? But now, how you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Excuse me. What's up? Hey, hey, what's up, Cheryl? So yeah, but the whole Tesla thing, that's interesting because what's to say you have a warrant and it alerts them that you have a warrant, they gonna take you. The Tesla gonna take your ass to jail. I told y'all stop playing with them cars that could do that self driving stuff. So, but oh, and then the introduction of audio pump. See, it's just I don't know. It's just weird, y'all. And then maybe limit out here get all these people so they could be in the casting call, child. That would be hilarious. So, but more money, more problems, more publicity, more problems. You know. So, oh look who's here. What's up, Babs? How you doing?
I'm good. Hey,
Hey,
just popped up on you to say hi.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. Looks like
What's
well go ahead.
I'm gonna say what's new in your neck of the woods?
Nothing at all. I saw you had the whole 50 Cent thing in the title. I haven't watched a whole lot of the show tonight. You seen his documentary?
I have not seen it. I just was saying my commentary was he need to be careful with that kind of stuff because people lie patiently and wait.
You saw the flowers that got delivered to him allegedly
To who?
to 50 Cent.
Oh no, tell you telling me something I don't know.
Yeah, he's saying that Diddy sent him flowers and it looked like it wasn't like normal flowers. First of all, it looked like it was like funeral flowers, and second of
Hmm.
all, that wasn't meant to be nothing with like good intent. You know,
Well, knowing 50 Cent, he probably sent them to himself. So you know,
that's
mm,
true because he's a troll.
right, exactly. So just like
Yeah,
we were talking with Dr. Soapy, when you a troll, you lose all form of credibility.
it is what it is, right?
No, I agree. I agree. I totally agree. I just said, 50 Cent better be careful where nobody gonna do a documentary on him and how he did Lloyd Banks and what's the other one? Young Buck. So
And he got his own accusations about violence against women, so
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is what
so
it
true.
is.
So true.
Yep.
Gotta be careful.
Probably two sides of the same coin, except I never heard anything about him doing any of the extra stuff that Diddy was accused of. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, you what do you think about Well, never mind. I ain't trying to change the whole tone of your show or nothing like that.
No, you
Never
good.
mind.
No,
I was
no,
about to
that's
say, what do you think about the stuff going on with the ships off of Venezuela?
well, that's all for oil because
Yep.
you know with the Venezuela has the largest oil reserve in the world. Um, but this is the problem I have is that they don't understand what they're doing that could potentially happen here with those who reside here or who are from Venezuela. So, you know, gotta be careful.
Yeah, you got to be careful what you do, folks. You never know what the retaliation might be.
Right. And I feel they're underestimating that.
The world is like a powder keg right now, anyway.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. And I just think that we just one maneuver away from things going haywire. I honestly feel that way. I've been feeling that way for a while, but I feel that way even more now.
Yeah, it's funny. You, of course, you aren't going to say what your age range is or anything like that for good reason. But for us millennials, it's
Hmm.
like it's been one thing after the other since we've become adults. It's been what Y2K, then 9/11, then wars and all sorts of stuff. You remember the stock market crash and all that sort of stuff. It's just been insanity.
Yeah, and I think the next one is going to be AI. While everybody's trying to prop this up as a great thing,
Yep.
I don't think it's going to be a great thing at all.
They
So
say it's going to take at least like 40% of the workforce. And what are those
yeah,
people going to do? That's why I'm going back to school. I'm going
yeah,
back to school.
I'm on that same tip. I'm about to go back to school too. I won't. I was, you got to find a way to either enhance it or know how to fight. I won't say fight it, but live among it and still be productive.
Yep. But listen, I'm going to make you laugh real quick. Well, maybe. I was sitting there filling out the FAFSA so that I could go ahead and go to school again for whatever semester, right?
Mm,
And then they said, "Hey, your FAFSA is not complete, right?"
mm-hmm.
I was like, "I know I filled this out. What are you people talking about? How about my old behind filled out the FAFSA for the wrong year? I ain't did any of this stuff in so long. Apparently I'm way out of the loop. But yeah, trying to stay as relevant as I can. You got to make yourself marketable in this workforce.
You do. You sure do. You definitely do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. Because they are, and that's the thing about with the economy with the AI. We never has this happened before where you will have something introduced to they say make it efficient and reduce jobs or cut
Well, it
jobs,
kind of happened with like automation in the car industry, right? But not on this wider scale.
but still, it with automation you could become a taxi driver. You
Yep.
know, instead of the horse and buggy, now you had the car. But this is taking jobs and it's not going. The money is not going back into. You know what I mean? You're not paying a robot, so the robot is not putting money back into the economy.
Yep. It's just
So
going back into the hands of the extremely wealthy. This
yeah,
is it's going to get really really volatile, and I can't tell you what the next 20, 30 years going to look like, but it's going to be very very interesting to live in. That I could say.
well, I think what they're going to do is they're going to have to pacify either this. They're going to introduce something to reduce the population, or two, they're going to give people universal income to keep them at complacent.
That's
At
actually more
peace.
scary to me because universal income means you have to fit whatever terms they have to receive it, right?
Not necessarily. I mean, they say here's your 5,000. You can't get
But what
arrested. You
makes them
can't.
actually give it to you?
Well, they see that in order to avoid anarchy, because you can't have people out here with no means to support themselves because you introduce the technology to take their jobs.
Yeah,
You
true.
see what I'm saying? So to keep things at peace and not to have social disorder,
Like a
to
complete
be
social
like,
collapse.
right, okay, here's 5,000 for you to
Dang, I came
live.
up with some doom and gloom topics today. We talking about societal collapse and everything. Good Lord.
Well, it's something that I think people are trying not to talk about, but it's I feel based on what I see, and you know what, AI may not even turn out to be what is thought it could be because right now when you use AI, some of the simplest things it can't do.
Yeah, they're trying to program it to where it can quote unquote learn, but
Right? Yeah,
it's interesting.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you want?
But
You don't want? Go ahead.
what was you about to say?
You don't want to talk about this B sector stuff, do you?
I don't even know what's going on with the B sector. I saw you was on and I decided to pop up. I
Okay.
literally have no idea what's going on right now.
Well, you don't have to respond, but I would say that Lemon is the perfect candidate for a show if there is to be one.
Lord.
And the reason why is because he's dumb, he's naive,
You not gonna call the
he
child dumb.
he's dumb. Anytime these people start messing with your mama and you don't pull back and say you do, so
You know this whole stuff is we've seen over the years, right? Not specifically talking about him because I ain't trying to talk specifically about him, right? But
mm-hmm.
this stuff is addictive as heck,
I
like
okay.
for
So
a
there's
lot of
a
people.
listen, and I totally agree. But they're taking it to a new extreme where they now going to have face to face interaction.
Which is to their detriment. But again, I don't really understand it. But you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. And I guess
And
in a way, it is really dumb, but it is what it is, right?
I mean, yeah, it is what it is.
You decide what's worth it to you, you know?
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree, and I
You
feel
made
like,
the choice for yourself that you're not gonna
yeah.
sacrifice as much for whatever in the world this internet stuff is. So
Well,
kudos to you.
he's he's getting what he maybe always desired because he did have desire to be a reality TV personality, right? So this may be the closest to it to get to realize those dreams. So,
But then I'm always gonna ask at what cost. But that's
but,
for him to decide as far
right,
as like what he willing to pay.
and maybe the costs don't matter to him.
Might not. And so he grown. He can make that choice for himself, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
And
What's
so
up?
let the chips fall where they will. These
I
people don't
agree.
have
I agree. What's up, AK? So, yeah. So that's all we could do is just we said what we could say. And like you said, it is what it is. And that's that.
Yep. And just try to, focus on our own progress and whatever in the world positivity we can hold on to.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, positivity and hold on to it is key. So definitely for sure.
Yep. Well, I'm about to hop off of here. I'll pop up on you randomly sometime in the future, I guess.
Well, I appreciate that if you can and when you do.
All right. Bye bye.
All right. Bye, Baps. All right, y'all. That's one and only Baps. So we were just sharing our viewpoint about what's going on in the world in this area. So, what's up, Robert Lowe? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for some people coming through. AK, Robert Lowe. Appreciate you stopping through for pieces of tilapia. Limited so, but yeah, that's what I was saying about the universal income. I think that's the only way to prevent anarchy and stuff like that. But I'm sure they'll hopefully figure it out. Hopefully figure it out. Well, that's my show for y'all. I don't know what else to say. Prayers up to Lady Nika. Hope she gets better. Um, yeah, just be careful what people say and don't believe it because people lie so damn much. It's crazy. It really is. It's just like wow. Wow. And then going back to, the B sector and how you can implement it in life, you can tell when people lying. You can just tell when people lying. It's just like I just wait and just see what other tales they come up with. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, motherfucker, you lying. You lying. Yeah, you lying. Just wait. Just see whatever elaborate thing they come up with. Just lie. And, some people, and I don't condone lying, but some people can't handle the truth. You know, like Brianna. If Brianna was to tell us that she got a quarter pounder with cheese, onion rings, a chocolate milkshake, and an apple pie, we were like, "You big fat beluga whale," right? Because we can't handle the truth. But if Brianna was sit up here and tell us she got a salad with tomato, lettuce, a tinge of cheese and lemon, oh Lord, that's a lemon. Oh Lord, um, we'd be like, oh okay, that's she's trying. So sometimes we can't handle the truth, and people are forced to tell us lies. So that's what I'll say. But either way, with this whole lying and scheming and scamming for people, and I think that's a no. That's a no go. That is a no go. But with that being said, I'm gonna get ready to let y'all go. Y'all have a pleasant rest, and I will talk to y'all soon. And that was my 2 cents about this whole Vegas crazy ass stuff. All right, bye y'all. Have a good day and be the change y'all want to see in the world. Talk to y'all later.